Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. These are not just words. They are a law, as certain as gravity, that governs the unseen forces of your life. I've spoken them many times, but every time I do, they awaken something deep inside me because I know they are true, not just intellectually, but experientially. And today, I want you to feel that truth, not with your mind, but with your soul. This isn't philosophy. This isn't wishful thinking. This is reality. If you dare to believe it, I want to take you on a journey, one that starts in the invisible workshop of your mind and ends with the life you were born to live. Listen closely, because what I'm about to share with you has the power to dissolve the limitations you've believed in for far too long. Chapter 1, The Power of Conception. Every great achievement began as a thought, a quiet whisper in the mind of someone bold enough to imagine. You see, your mind is not just a receiver of life, and it is a creator. The images you hold, the ideas you entertain, the visions you feed become the blueprint of your reality. The mind is like a garden. What you plant grows. What you neglect dies. What you doubt withers. But when you dare to conceive something greater, something beyond your current life, you activate the power that built empires, healed nations, and launched revolutions. Do you understand what that means? It means your thoughts are not meaningless. They are seeds. And what you dare to imagine begins to exist in the unseen. The question is not whether you have the power to create. You do. The question is, what are you planting? Chapter 2, Belief, the fuel of all creation. Now listen carefully, because this is where most people fail. Conceiving the idea is not enough. You must believe it, truly, fully, unshakably. Most people allow doubt to poison the soil before the seed even breaks through. They say, I'd love to do this, but I don't think I can. Or, it's just not realistic. Or, people like me don't achieve things like that. Let me tell you the truth. Belief is not passive. It is not hoping. It is not wishing. Belief is a decision, a declaration, a mental commitment so strong that even when the world tells you no, you keep moving. You must train your mind to believe what it has conceived. You must speak it, write it, feel it, live it before it becomes real. And that belief will create momentum, a force that draws to you people, situations, and resources you never imagined, but only if you hold the belief with faith, not fear. Chapter 3, Why Most People Never Achieve. Let me be honest with you. Most people never get what they want in life, not because they are lazy, but because they don't believe. They deserve more. They settle. They shrink. They trade vision for security. They trade desire for doubt. And so the dream dies in silence. They might conceive of a better life, but deep down, they don't believe it's possible for them. And do you know why? Because they've been programmed to fear failure, programmed to obey limitations, programmed to believe that life is something that happens, to them, not something they create. But that is a lie. You are the architect of your reality, and belief is your foundation. Chapter 4, Stories that Prove the Principle. Let me give you proof. When I met Edwin C. Barnes, he didn't say, I hope to work with Edison. He said, I will become his partner. He had no money, no education, no connections, but he had belief, and that belief gave him persistence, and that persistence opened the door. Years later, he became Edison's business associate, not by luck, by law, the law of belief and action. Another example, Andrew Carnegie, a man born into poverty who built a steel empire. Do you think he waited for the world to tell him he was worthy? Number. He conceived a vision of greatness. He believed in that vision, and he acted on it every single day. They were not extraordinary men. They had no magic, but they understood this principle. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So why not you? Why not now? Chapter 5, How to Activate the Law. Let me give you the steps, because this is not just about inspiration, it's about transformation. Step 1, conceive it clearly. Write it, draw it, feel it in your body. What is the life you truly want? Not the one you think is possible, and the one you dream of when no one is watching. Step 2, believe it daily. Affirm it. Visualize it. Surround yourself with reminders. Act like it's already unfolding. Belief is not a one-time event. It is a daily discipline. Step 3, act in alignment. Your actions must match your vision. You can't dream of success and behave like failure. You can't want transformation and live in hesitation. Walk toward it, even if the path is unclear, even if it's scary, even if you feel unworthy. Chapter 6, the power of faith over fear. Now hear me. Faith and fear cannot exist in the same mind at the same time. One will always dominate the other. When you choose faith, when you speak life into your vision, when you act despite the doubts, when you dare to believe something greater is possible, the universe begins to move. It's not magic. It's not superstition. It's the natural response to mental clarity, belief, and committed action. The world bends to those who refuse to bend their belief. You must become unshakable in your vision, because the storms will come. And if your foundation is belief, you will stand. Chapter 7, final words from my heart. I've spent my life studying success. I've seen men rise and fall. I've seen dreams born and dreams die. And I can tell you this, the mind is the birthplace of all that is good and all that destroys. If you guard your thoughts, feed your belief, and act with purpose, there is just nothing, Keeson, you cannot become. The only question that remains is, will you dare to conceive something greater? Will you believe in it enough to act? Because if you do, if you hold the vision, if you fuel it with faith, if you walk toward it no matter what, you will achieve it. Not by chance, but by law. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can and will achieve. This is not my opinion. It is a universal truth. It is a spiritual law, and it is your invitation. Thank you for listening. Now go, believe, and build the life that's already waiting for you in the workshop of your mind.